Fanny, Bridgehaven, August 14th, 1961. The day began for Fanny Stern with one too many ifs. If she had listened to her reliable Zenith Royal radio, she would have noticed the major if occurring in the world. If she was more prompt in dressing for court, most of all if the young woman had not walked past her house with a disheartened look on her pale face, about to rush from the window to the front door and call out to see if the stranger needed help, Fanny's cat brushed across her legs. When she glanced up, the woman was gone. Fanny buzzed around the house, grabbing her briefcase and tossing a goodbye to her feline companion, who wore a smug look of accomplishment from slipping between Fanny and the real world. 45 minutes later, Fanny stood in the fatigued courthouse, centered in the 3-block downtown strip of the Monroe County, New York town of Bridgehaven, on the shoreline of Lake Ontario, halfway between Rochester and Sodus Point. The foreman of the jury, composed of 10 men and 2 women, presented the written verdict to the judge. Fanny gave a reassuring smile to her client, Clarence Dibbs, accused by his landlord of burning down his garage despite the lack of witnesses and a sound alibi. A good, kind man, Clarence was young enough to continue making a professional name in advertising for the Democrat and Chronicle, yet not old enough to sit in a dusty jail cell for one day more than necessary. Fanny hoped he could read her thoughts. "We will win. You will be fine." "On all 5 counts, the defendant is found not guilty," the foreman said. The usual serious-looking Clarence smiled and pumped her hand while saying thank you over and over again. Clarence's mother approached and tugged her into an embrace of wet kisses. The cloying jasmine and lily-scented white shoulders itched Fanny's nose. She suppressed a gag and pulled away from the well-meaning big-haired woman, focusing on the win. Everyone deserves justice, regardless of age, faith, or social background. The quest for equality was exactly why she chose to practice law, specifically becoming a defense attorney. Tourists typically visited Bridgehaven just long enough to take snapshots of the lake and tour the 7-house historic district of still-painted battleship-gray Victorian homes before continuing their journey to the Thousand Islands. They presumed the town residents enjoyed an unblemished, carefree lifestyle, absent of crime and assorted misconducts. If only they had the same scoop as Fanny did of her hometown. Middle-of-the-night distress shouts of mischievous teenagers, abusive husbands, and busybodies who made it a hobby to point an accusatory finger further drove Fanny to practice law. She set up her practice in a 2-room office a block off of Haven Street, the vein of the town, closing her eyes to the naysayers that a woman's place was at home. There was only one true way to celebrate a court win: beating the lunchtime rush to Bertine's malt shop and enjoying a chocolate egg cream and a sandwich.